Good evening and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am your caster Bahamut. On the left hand side we've got the gillySharks, and on the right it is going to be the members of Reborn Knights Black. This is a Division B East matchup, and we see the instantaneous Samuro ban coming out from Reborn. They have done their homework, and the hashtag free Samuro comes out. Let's go ahead and take a peek at some of the map bans that we did have take place before this. We had, and I didn't do it actually, let me go ahead and actually update that last little thing. Oopsie. There we go. Nope. Alright, coin flip was won by gillyShark. They banned out the Infernal Shrines. Battlefield of Eternity was then banned out by Reborn Knights Black, and first map chosen by the members of gillyShark. They're opting for that Curse Hollow. Let's go ahead, jump on back into our draft. It looks like we have a Sylvanas ban as well. They're going to be getting rid of the hero that Kage has been favoring for quite some time now, and it's also going to be that Anubric and Hanzo taken out from gillyShark. Welcome, Cat Peach. Welcome, Pace. How you doing? Thanks for coming by. I'm glad Bandit made your night. Let's see here. Curse Hollow, big map. Okay, they're opting for the Joanna to start out here, and this is something I was wondering about, because a lot of teams have either prioritized the Dahaka or a lot of this Joanna. We do have a Diablo that's still up and available. There's a lot of good actual options going into Cursed Hollow. It's such a large map, so playing that global from the beginning here does show a little bit that you have that advantage, so they might try and adapt to that throughout this draft. We'll see if the members of gillyShark go ahead and do a double. If they're going to be playing a double support in any way, shape, or form, or not double support, double global with the potential for that phase shift from the Brightwing. They could go for Falstad as well, but Raynor is going to be picked up as well as Imperious. A lot of good setup here, a lot of good slows, a lot of things to just benefit that Raynor and set up for potential kills. Let's go ahead and see what we're going to get when we get into our ban phase here. They're going to need a support and also a little extra damage on the side of Reborn Knights Black, so choking out the supports in this instance is probably your best bet. So taking out something like maybe an Alex Strauza, who's strong around the points. Tyrande or Anna have seen a lot of play, so maybe those are the priorities. Stukov's a great hero as well. They might have some research on this team, but overall, I think it's going to be that Tyrande or the Anna, and that's exactly going to be it. Because Anna is so strong, her poke is really good. That's also more setup for that Imperious, that Joanna, that Raynor, then follow up with damage. Also, Key, how's it going, bud? Thanks for coming by. I hope all the audio sounds beautiful for you all. The draft loop is going. I just looked over. I was like, oh wait, is the draft loop there? Whew! All right, we got our draft loop. All right, ban-wise coming out from the members of Reborn Knights Black. They could prioritize a tank. Something like a Diablo might be a good ban here. That pairs well with that Dahaka. They could look for the Arthas. They do play that a lot themselves, but it's going to be the Medivh. They don't want to deal with his setup and his leyline seal and some of his cheating, I guess you could say. But this does leave avenues like the Arthas, like the Diablo open. I do believe we do not have the main staple tank for them on the side of gillyShark this weekend, or this week, and so it's going to be Zergy Monster playing that Tyrael. So it looks like it's a main tank Tyrael for now. See how they work with this, but a Greymane to pair into that Jaina is really good. This is an old tried and true combo. She slows them. Greymane's able to follow and sustain damage into those enemy heroes. Dahaka has a lot of good setup as well. He's really good for the tongue drag, and then you can have other heroes like Tyrael then set up and push right back into the fight. I like their draft so far. Now to round out the side of Reborn Knights Black, they've got that Tyrande, as I talked about earlier, but that will be a Cassia paired into that. So double blinds, Joanna and Cassia blinds. That makes Greymane's life a little bit more difficult. Raynor can still push in damage from afar, and we're going to be getting an Uther here. So we're looking for some of that extra damage moving into that melee range. They're going to be having to protect Kage on that Jaina, but overall, I gotta say, strong draft coming up from both these teams. The blow potential and the dive and the overall sustained damage coming out from Reborn Knights Black is really, really great. We'll see if gillyShark is able to respond to this, as I am getting a call from, I don't know who that is. That's some number up here. That's the wrong button. I swear I know how to do this. I moved my buttons around on my stream deck and I juked myself. I wonder who that is. I don't know that number. I don't know. Looking between the two drafts, names aside and everything, kind of do like Reborn's draft a little bit more. They do have blow potential coming out from gillyShark. That global threat with the Dahaka is very powerful, but I don't know. I feel like Reborn has got something up their sleeve in this instance right now, and we'll see it as it unfolds. And that's what I'm waiting for. Wrath of Angiris realistically coming out from that Imperius. Like, that's really what I want. I want that Wrath of Angiris, but we'll see if they're going to go into it. Let's go ahead and jump into our game number 1 between these two teams. On the left-hand side, we've got the members of gillyShark with Zergy going to be on the Dahaka. We'll have Chymotrypsin in the center on the Uther. Stark will be on the Tyrael. We'll have Kage going to be on the Jaina, and Chessluter rounds out the team on the Greymane. On the right-hand side, we've got the members of Reborn Knights Black. Crafty Devil's going to be on that Joanna. Rabid Penguin on the Cassia. The Pie Maker dishing up some pepper with, I guess, the pie. I had something there. Is going to be on the Rainer. Solskjaer will be on that Tyrande, and Rabid Penguin. Nope, already got them. Who did I miss? Hooked on Phoenix. The name that I saw earlier and had a chuckle about is going to be on that Imperius. Let's go ahead and check out our mid lane. Everybody's here to poke out, play, and have some fun. Yo, Syntax, thank you so much for that subscription. I really appreciate that. I'm here for the beard. Well, Mizir, thank you so much for coming by. Oh, that'll be back in a second, but we have a tongue drag onto one. Imperius taking a lot of damage. Gonna pop that molten armor and try to stay alive. Hooked on Phoenix is so very low. Greymane with that last swipe gets the kill and able to roll away, disengage. They walk away with a kill, and it's not going to yield them a ton of experience in that light. We can actually take a peek at this early game showing 300 experience from an early hero kill before level 1. That's big right there. It shows that you're not going to get a huge benefit from it, but we are going to see a slight experience advantage. We'll see how that's going to be evened out in these lane rotations. It's always curious to see those moments. But Chesslitter will be scattered out on this camp right now, going to be getting some decent damage out onto this, and also going to pushing that up. We do have the rotation coming out from Solskjaer and Pie Maker. Gonna go ahead and grab their bruiser camp on the right-hand side as well. The first objective will be in bottom lane, so that top lane objective is gonna benefit the most to gillyShark. Here's the thing, and the beard is gone. I'm sorry about that. It'll be back, don't you worry. We got a lot of games tonight. All right, so top lane bruisers, excuse me, siege camp will be pushing up there. We have the Dahaka in the bottom lane, and that was actually something that I was just hovering there to note, is that Dahaka in that same lane as the objective is just kind of feels bad moment. It's really just a guess. It's either going to be in top or bottom, and if it's just hopefully in the lane where Dahaka can go ahead and get the brush shot in, but they have this dive onto Rabid Penguin. They're going to find so much damage, and that will be them walking right out of there. Oh, wow. Okay. Sorry, I'll have to, give me 1 second, Syntax. I'll have to get to that in a second. But I saw something in there in chair league, so that's good. The beard has never got its always in our hearts. Thank you, Cat Peach. I hope you're having a great night, bud. Hooked on Phoenix. Taking a little bit of damage here. Zergy Monster doing pretty well on this Dahaka in bottom lane. Fours are here for both teams. We have bruiser camps picked up for that mid lane in favor for Reborn Knights Black. They're going to be chasing Chymotrypsin in this top lane, able just to force them out right there. This siege camp does get a lot of good value. Takes down the entire front gate right now. Meanwhile, in bottom lane, we see now that siege giant the siege giant camp coming in, and it was timed out very well with this first objective. But it looks like Zergy Monster is just going to be playing right by the gate. They'll wait for this to push up. The team is going to be rotating down, and they're kind of doing this in conjunction with the enemy side. And so we should have an even matchup for this first objective. Zergy is just trying to play this safe. What we often, I was just about to note this, what we often see from Dahakas, and this is exactly what you want to do in your own Dahaka plays, when you're in these situations where you're getting forced back so far and you don't know where the enemy team is outside of this fight that's breaking out above you, it's go ahead, just use your tongue drag to pull them in, and that's easily the best way to make sure that you can just get that easy, quick burn from these towers. It's just a little adaptations you can make in your own game. A lot of damage coming down from Kage and a couple of these makers, Rabid Penguin and the Pie Maker, cooling off. Nice Lunar Flare to come out from Solskjaer. They have the response stun coming out from Uther, and now Tyrael has the Eldruin's Might. If they need to get out of here, they're going to put some damage in. They back right out. Nice play coming into this from gillyShark. Rabid Penguin a little bit low in that backline. They're all coming in through this funnel point. That's a lot of damage going on to Hooked on Phoenix. They go down. They might be able to turn onto a couple members. Rabid Penguin so very low. The Ice Lance from Kage almost confirms the kill. First objective was picked up by one. Kage almost getting that second Ice Lance for the kill. And this is going to be Hearths coming out, and we have, I believe, a Bruiser Camp picked up. All right, now this is when I can have the moment to actually read it, because there's really kind of lull in the map. So I realized something recently. Your voice has seemed very familiar to me the longest time, and I couldn't figure out why. I was talking to someone about the old Chair League memories, and I realized you were the one that did casting for one of our few wins. Oh my god, seriously? Holy crap. Do you remember what your team name was? I might remember it. I'm not gonna lie.
Earn my favor.
Strangely excited to hear him lose his mind when something goes down. Thank you. I am too. You have no idea. I look forward to casting all day. Like, I worked 10 hours, a little bit more today, and then this is all I've been excited to do all day. So thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoy the cast. And I hope you have a great night. All right, Zergy Monster's still staying in this bottom lane. This is exactly what you want in a Dahaka situation, is being able to stay down here and then brush talk in as necessary. They still have that Imperius in that bottom lane. Stark with the Eldrarune's Might in. That has the first interrupt. They do have the scout out into that bush. Nice interrupt coming in. Another one also from Stark. They move their way in. That's going to be Rabid Penguin diving in as well. We have 7s for both. That's going to be the channel coming up from Soskado. I don't think they have the interrupt. Nice Gilneas cocktail at the last second, but they're just able to force them back, and I guess they're just going to have to give this over. No, Stark goes in. They still had that one Eldrarune's Might. Even I got juked by that, and that's going to be Dahaka brush talking in. I think they know, because Imperius called out that they're leaving the lane. That's also going to be them just chasing into this. They're saying, you know what, let's try and get a kill and maybe pick up that extra one. The longer they also delay this out, that means that the mid lane is going to be benefiting them a little bit further. Solarian Flare coming out from Hooked on Phoenix. Stark's setting up to maybe get into that backline. We have that mid lane still being bombarded. Stark dives out, gets the last auto onto that tower, making sure that it goes down. They have an easy retreat path. Hooked on Phoenix tries to go for the Celestial Charge, doesn't connect. Another interrupt going to be going out. No connection from that Lunar Flare. Combo chips and getting punched here, but that's going to be a lot of damage onto the Pie Maker, and they're able to walk right out of there. Good healing coming out from Soskado, and we now have them backing off. Chested are a little bit low. They had nice Celestial Charge coming out, and they're chasing into this. Good follow-up so far coming up from Reborns. A bunch of members are caught into that choke point, but the snow is being dumped by Kage, slowing them down a little bit. Ghost Uther is going to provide some healing to the friendly team, and they just lose one. This is going to be the point given over in favor for the members of Reborn Knights Black, and maybe opting for, okay, I was thinking they were going to opt for this boss up here, but I guess it's not going to be the case. The death timers are low enough. Stark may be going to heckle out a little bit further, but Solskado will be able to pick this up. And that will be even curse points for both sides. Is it just Sol? Do I have the name wrong? I just reading it phonetically. It's my best option. Alright, so they're going to go ahead. They'll also use that Sentinel. You can see it went straight through the boss to make sure that they're not just going to back off and go and boss, because they were just showing Jaina in mid, and I don't think they showed many others in the other lanes, but that will be Greymane picking up that camp on the top left. We'll see this going in the bottom right, and this is going to be beneficial for Reborn Knights Black. They're going to be able to go ahead and just have that extra damage in the bottom lane. But here's the thing. Dahaka is still down there, and that Brush Talk, I believe, should be on cooldown or nearing cooldown. They used it towards the end of that engagement up in top, and they haven't had to utilize any sort of movement like that since. So I think they should be able to have that up and ready. 10s are going to be here almost simultaneously for these teams, and with Zergy Monster staying in bottom lane, oh, Tongue Drag goes in, but there's only one tower, so it's only going to get minimal damage. One shot goes out. This is going to be the point up and available. So far, we have Crafty Devil, I think, maybe looking for that shield glare, but they might not have had enough. Chestleader was trying to body block that Sentinel coming through. Not going to happen, and I think this is going to be the curse point given over, and puts them up 2-1. SOL? I don't know, like, sit and text, what do you mean? Is it just SOL? It's no, because Solskado actually sounds cooler, at least in my mind. Alright, we just have Cassia cleaning out the top lane. This is going to be Bruiser Camp rotated on by the members of Reborn Knights Black. They'll be able to burn this down fairly effectively, but since they don't really have their own Bruisers up and available for, I think, another minute or so, actually, excuse me, just 10 seconds, they're going to go ahead and send the Sentinel down from this. They know that they can either boss themselves. Ooh, this is risky. Curse is going to be up in 23 seconds. They can't boss. This is going to be boss. If they actually delay this out to like the last possible second, that'll be able to go into the lane and actually kind of delay out these moments where then they'll be able to then delay out this point as well. So that's only going to be more time in their favor. And actually, I should correct myself. They shouldn't delay out that boss capture. They should go as quickly as possible to force that into lane, to force the split from the enemy team. The video is still up on YouTube. Okay, well, either way. We have this fight starting to break out. Water Elemental will be coming out from Kage. We have them diving in with Stark. This is going to be a lot of good damage. Sanctification will be used as well. Crafty Devil is going to be in a bad spot. That also will be the Shadowstalk used. Nice use of the Angelic Armament. Dive in with that Celestial Charge. Good damage coming out onto one. They find the Dahaka. They are going to pop the D-Shield onto the Greymane, who turns around, but they're not able to get enough damage into this. Mostly going to use that on the retreat. This will be Soul. I'm just going to say Soul at this point is going to be going for the channel. Here's the thing that I was talking about for bottom lane. This is going to be boss pushing in, getting that entire fort down. So they do even out the curse points, and that is going to be a nice fight in favor for the members of Reborn Knights Black, pushing back into gillyShark, making sure this isn't going to be an easy Cursed Hollow for them. Nice Sentinel coming out to make sure that they're not on this camp. Not showing, but here's the thing. I think Kaimo Chipster might have seen that come through. So that is going to just show that, like, all right, cool, we'll wait a couple seconds. They don't know that we're on this camp. They actually kind of have no idea where we are. We could be trying to go for their boss. This will be on the friendly side for Reborn Knights Black, but this is going to be a little bit of mid lane pressure. Another Sentinel going to be coming out, scouting at this camp on the left-hand side. All right. Mid lane coming through. He's kidding. Dear Lord, chat. All right, let's go ahead and just pull away the talents right now. Channel comes in. Tyrande going for that. That is going to be the throne from the Eldrain's Might right there. So they have the second interrupt. It's going to come in right... Oh, actually, Uther going to be using... So they don't have Stark in position for that. Maybe a bit of a bad time, and they also use the Ganela's Cocktail. They're not able to get in. This is the same kind of setup as last time. They still have mid lane pressure. Dahaka still is pushing into the bottom lane as well. They're a little bit split right now. Stark now dives in onto one of the members, but in the back lane we find the Uther going down. This is going to be an early kill for that support, and then now Zerky Monster dives up, but might have been a bit of a bad idea to dive in like that, and Chest Leader's going to have to razor swipe out. That will be Uther going down. No more ghost healing provided to the friendly team, and this is going to be easily be a curse in favor for the members of Reborn Knights, as this is going to be Tyrande with the easy channel. This is also going to be mid lane cleared out. There's a decent camp pressure coming into this. I think I'm one... Nope, there we go. I thought it was one camera zoom off. So we'll be gillyShark getting cursed right now. 13 to 13 in levels, 2 to 4 in kills. More so in favor for Reborn Knights. They find Zergy. Just going to get a stun. That Lunar Flare sitting at 6 stacks. Unfortunately, I'll never peak on my stream because I have a hard limiter, so my voice will only go this high. This is as high as it will go, at least in loudness, because just I don't want it to then just blow out people's ears. And Rabbit Penguin will be targeted here. They're trying to find this Cassia. Gonna have a little bit of poke damage towards the back behind them. Just gonna go down to half health, and I think they'll be able to make the disengage. Tyrande and Joanna still in that top lane, clearing out the camp that was grabbed right before this curse started. Bottom lane, fairly stacked up. And this is just going to be easy. No one coming down. Okay, Zergy Monster. There they will be. Now, we do have this rotation coming up to Crafty Devil, but it's just going to be the lane clear. Mid lane seems to be the same case. So, gillyShark not playing any major aggressive pushback into this. Yeah, they're just going to play this slow. Make sure at least they don't lose out on an experience soak from the minions. And speaking of, let's go ahead and actually take a look at how some of those other numbers have been coming to this game. I actually see a lot of good healing coming out from Uther, but Tyrande just dwarfing almost, and almost like 10,000 above. This is going to be boss camp picked up by the members of Reborn Knights Black, but I think they know that they're on this. Let's pull this away and let's see what's going to happen. Brush shot coming in from that Dahaka. Tyrael has the Holy Ground. This is going to be in the backline. A lot of good damage. Bluster Shield will be coming out as well. That will be a huge stun going onto a few, but that also with the Sanctification just puts them right back into this. Imperius on the backline over here is splitting the team, and now they just say, you know what, let's dive on to Hooked on Phoenix. Another cycling back out. Crafty Devil now in here. That also will be the D-Shield on the Chest Looter, but the Ball Lightning bounces too many times, and that's going to be Stark going down as well. Kaimo trips in so very low. Hadouken. Hooked on Phoenix is able to get the Celestial Charge. You might as well call it a Hadouken as they find the kill. And with that, Kage is left on their own. They're trying to make their way out of this. This is going to be the flank coming out from that Imperius. I think they should be... No, never mind. I thought I was about to say they should be good, but it looks like they're going to be... that Celestial Charge is a little too much, and they'll stagger out a few deaths right there. Dahaka able to make it out before it all goes too sideways. They're going to rotate back into bottom lane, keep pushing this up, make sure that they, one, close that experience gap into 16 talents, as well as make sure that this bottom lane is pushed up in their favor so they can get that catapult pressure moving through bottom lane. This is going to be the boss play in favor for the members of Reborn Knights Black. They're a bit too greedy, unless Dig wasn't up until then. I don't know how people play Tyrande well. I agree. I don't know how people play supports well. Curse could be a better choice. Armor for Cassius, possibly Rainer's 2 blinds. Yeah. That's not a bad idea, actually, yeah. because it is go for that throat. So they're trying to get those low health heroes, but they're not able to get in those backlines is the issue. And that's got to be the most frustrating part on the side of gillyShark, is just trying to find their way into these backlines. Sentinel did come out under combo Tripson, but instant holy ground right onto that channel point. They didn't want any sort of situation. This is going to be boss for boss. They're actually, I think they're going to give over their top lane for it, opt to go ahead and pick up this bruiser camp. This is just this top lane for it. I don't think they're going to be able to save this in time, but they're already all around this. There's going to be 6 seconds left. I don't know if they can posture up for this. gillyShark is in a really awkward spot with their just rotation in. That's going to be top lane fort going down in their favor on the side of Reborn. And it's going to be Tyrande with the channel. Yeah, they just pick up camps. They're back off. They give it back over. And this is going to be back to 2-2 in curses. Reborn Knights Black denying consistent curses out from the members of gillyShark. And we have Dahaka going for the clear. They'll have the aid of this siege camp as well in the top lane. Tell me that does not look like Hadouken if you're dyslexic and you're glancing at things. Also, just in the fray of things, like, I completely just missed the names of heroes, and every time, I think I've casted them before, and the last time I casted Reborn Knights Black, I think I said Hadouken once or twice as well. 17-17 in levels. We got 16 talent tiers for both of these teams. Let's go ahead and show those, as this is going to be another 2-2, or excuse me, this could put them 2-2 in curses, or gillyShark could grab their first one of the game. A lot of good pressure in their favor if they can pick that up. That is just all the lanes really walked forward. That Dahaka making sure top lane is as well. Bottom lane is just going to be on that keep. You can already see that 2 catapults dealing damage to the well instead of the keep. Let's go ahead and we got some talent time in. Oops, excuse me. Wrong shift right there. Setting up around this. They're really split on the side of gillyShark. You can see how far away Kage is from the team. We still have Dahaka in top lane. Not going to be brush stalking in. That will be Tyrande going in for the initial channel onto this. It will be Water Elemental. Another stall onto this. That is going to be the isolation going out, but I don't think he connected on anyone. Nice big grouping coming in. That's going to be Cassie with the blow up. Uther goes down, as well as Jaina. Go for the throat is there, and they find the Tyrande finally, but here's the thing. They've already lost 2 members. Chest looter's so very low. Ghost heals from the Uther will continue to sustain them, and that's also going to be Zergy Monster diving in maybe a little too late, and they'll have to back off, and this will be evening out the score in favor for the members of Reborn Knights Black as they go ahead, grab this, and it's 2-2. Top lane still has siege camp pressure pushing in, and that's going to be value. Oh, actually, no, it's going to be stalled out by this wave. I don't think they'll be able to get it. Am I on the same team as Smokey Dragon? I'm on the same stream team, yeah. I'm on the Heroes type squad. And Smokey Dragon is one of the streamers for it. Or are you talking about, like, league teams? Because then I don't know. This might be a completely different conversation. I'm just reading one little thing in chat right now, in the middle of chat. All right. It's 2-2. Next curse point is going to be bottom lane position. Neither team has a fort or a well nearby. No sustain available for either. And it's been like that for a lot of this, but still, it's just, we're getting into that later half of the game, and just any of these options are just completely ripped away, and it's just such a bad spot to be in. Still in top lane, we have Zergy Monster waiting in this bush. They need to make sure that they're brush stalking in, I think, a little bit early into some of these fights. The team could benefit from having that Dahaka there very early. Let's see here. Sentinel goes out. Doesn't connect onto anything. Just going to be maybe trying to catch someone in the rotation through this tighter choke point just to slow them down a little bit. Also see where they're going to be entering in. Stark going to be checking out that bush with the Algerans, might making sure there's no flank available. They'll just step up. Sentinel goes out, so they do know where their positioning is. Sanctification goes out instantaneously. They just want to grab this regardless, but it is going to be there. The D shield was used. They get the curse, but everything is going to be going out now. That's going to be go for the throat, I think, onto one of the members there. Zergy Monster's so very low themselves. That's going to be the Water Elemental still getting some good damage out. Kaimo Tripson will be getting the charge onto them. That will be the follow-up Lunar Flare. A lot of things used right there to cheese out that objective, but realistically, they end up still giving over a kill. It's going to be Kaimo Tripson going down. Top lane is pushed up a little bit, and Dahaka will clear out mid, but overall, I don't know if gillyShark will get the value that they're looking for in this cursed objective. Also, that death in that fight gave over the 20 talent tier in favor for the members of Reborn Knight Black. We actually get the improvement into the Heavenly Hosts. They're going to be able to shield some of the friendly members as well. Get that extra healing. And yeah, more or less, that was just, all those tools were just used just to deny the curse, more or less. But they did not want to have that happen at all. It's a little crazy. They do give over their siege camp, or excuse me, bruiser camp. Mid lane gets cleared out. They have some of this faster pressure. Top lane is really getting pushed in. That does yield them their 20s, but this won't be the keep going down for it by any means. Still, even structures to both sides. Bosses are up on both sides as well. gillyShark may be posturing for that. They do have some good tools to steal that away. Sanctification up in 15. Divine Shield is up in 6. Uther's now back up into the fray of things, but they've got to make a quick rotation. They don't have a healer. Stark is already going to be here. Throws the Eldrarune's Might in. And they back right out. Stark continuing this boss a little bit, but maybe just going to dive in just to see if they were just scouting around. That also will be the Sentinel going out, connecting onto Kage. So they do know that there's quite a few members sitting over in that bush right there. Now let's go ahead and we have the Siege Camp still pushing up through top. They're going to get the clear onto that. The gillySharks are sharking around this boss, waiting to see, and I don't think they showed through that Sentinel. Crafty Devil going to step up. I would assume that they use the shield glare to check out this bush right here to make sure that the team doesn't get scouted, or they'll just walk right into it. They're Joanna. They can walk right into just about anything. Start the boss. Eldrarune's Might goes over. They do have, so if you can see this right now, if they're going to chase him, boom, right back, take the dive right this way, speed boost, and they're gone. Meanwhile, Stark keeps doing this on the bottom left. This is what's happening down here. And Stark keeps coming back. Keeps throwing out Eldrarune's Might. Okay, so it's at half health, but here's the thing. I don't think the cooldown will be long enough or short enough for them to be able to get this back before... I don't think they're going to be able to have the steal here. Actually, they're going back. They have the potential to dive in. That Holy Ground, they're slowing down the boss pick right now, and that's going to be Stark just getting whittled down. They're going to have to dive over. They're going to jump onto this. That will be Sanctification used, but the team is now coming in. That will be the Brush Truck from Tahaka as well. They're going to be taking so much damage. Ball Lightning goes out, and I think that's Infinite Ball Lightning as well. That's going to be Tyrael being shredded. Everyone's going to be going down. Cassie as well. They find the explosion from Tyrael on top of it. So many members are going down. It's just Kage left. They get picked off as well, and the boss still goes over to Reborn Knights Black as Uther needs to run out of here because they have redemption, and that's kind of what trips them back. They're going to try and do their best to stall this out, but more or less they are going to be going down, and they're just like, you know what, I need to die as quickly as possible so I don't stagger out my deaths. That will be bottom lane keep getting assaulted by this boss and catapult, so they're going to trade out bottom lane keep for, I believe, this top lane. Yeah, this should be top lane keep. I'm very unsure about this. Death timers are 30 seconds, 25. There's a possibility to save this keep. Core has been assaulted by this boss right now. We are also 21 minutes into this game. These things hit very hard. Whew. I gotta catch my breath after that one. Curse in favor, so this is definitely gonna be going down. Well, yeah, this boss is way too healthy. There's a huge wave right behind it. Bottom lane, they'll need to watch out for this every so often. It's going to be 86% on that core. They could potentially backdoor this. They've got that Sanctification. They've got the Holy Arena as well. Cassia did go for that Infinite Ball Lightning. That was the one thing that I pulled away the talents right as I said, and I was like, I think she has it, and that was such a big value for them right there. And looks like they're going to be trying to basically run it down mid right now on the side of Reborn Knights Black, opening up this lane. They got some good catapult pressure. That Raider is going to be getting some extra damage on the side right now, and now we push in a little bit faster, a little bit harder. This is going to be, Holy Ground going to be used right there as they step forward with that Eldrarune's Might. Shadowstalk was used by Tyrande. They're going to be using... Not a whole lot. Okay, hold on. Tongue drag onto Crafty Devil. This is still going to be Cassia diving in. Isolation spreads to quite a few members with that Contagion at level 20. They do go down into the ground right there. This is going to be Imperious with the... ooh. They have the Celestial Armor. They're going to try and get that shot off onto one. Not going to get it. So far during this entire curse, they've only taken down one keep, lost their Imperious. It's going to be Stark moving forward. Crafty Devil taking a lot of the damage, and they're just going to get body block right now. A couple minions trying to finish out that keep. It's not going to happen. Greymane dives in. Ball Lightning will be going out. That is going to be the Sanctification out, and Cassia goes down. That will be ending that Ball Lightning. Now they're trying to chase forward. They try and find their way onto this Tyrande. Maybe the speed boost is there. They get it regardless. Damage going out onto the Pie Maker. Now they're going to maybe have some sort of slow. Nice knockback on this grouping. Tyrael just moving forward as quickly as possible. They use the Rainer to come down as well. Oh, the tongue drag from the side, they're not going to get it. Rainer gets blown up. I would assume that they just rush straight through bottom and try and go for the end. And with just the Joanna up and available, I think that's exactly what gillyShark wants to do right now. A hard-fought battle between both these teams, but it looks like gillyShark is going to be taking game number 1 in our best-of-3 series for this Division B East matchup. GG. Well played. Oh my god. Long lick. Yo, Syntax, thank you so much for the tier 1 subscription. I very much appreciate that support, my friend.
I will follow you to the end of the world. Subscribe.
Honestly, good for Gilly, but they had no business winning that game. Okay, whoa, no. I see that you're a Reborn Knights fan. That was honestly, that was a really good back and forth game, and they just caught them on that overextension in top lane a little bit. Imperius was way too far forward, and they just capitalized on that advantage. And that's the thing with Heroes of the Storm. It's a very, very rubber bandy game. Reborn Knights Black had the upper hand consistently throughout that game. They were winning a lot of those engagements over the point. They were also just overall winning in a lot of the engagements. Overall, from I would say the mid game onward, they were taking a lot of the fights and winning them. That just overextension from Imperius in that top lane or in that mid lane during that last cursed objective was, I want to say, the exact momentum shift that gillyShark needed. Catching one member out of position like that so late in the game, and with the enemy team so far forward into the lane, and they kept kind of brawling out as well. They were trying to still make it work. That Cassia diving with the ball lightning and then the sanctification coming down right as it was needed. That's exactly what you wanted to counteract that moment. So good play coming up from gillyShark, adapting right at the last moment when necessary. And you know, you may not say it was they had no business winning it, but I definitely would say that they put up the fight in the end, and they proved that they earned that victory. They definitely think they earned it towards the end right there. All right, let's go ahead, pull it back to our pretty faces, and by pretty our faces I mostly mean Bandit, because I actually need to pull this away and get a message out to Crafty Devil. Okay. That there is map we're gonna get. Handy dandy notebook. Whew. How are you all doing tonight? How are all of you? Could Reborn push to the boss? I think they may have made a base race. I think that's actually, yeah, I agree with that, Key. I agree with that. Okay. Okay. Oh, wait. I don't... My notebook. How do I write in this? I don't know. It's that map for that one, this map for this one. All right, I'm going to make lobbies. Need to do this. And then I got to do one other thing. Do that when the teams are loading. Devil. Just have this. Oop. The beard, yes. Hi. How are you? Thanks for coming by. Hey, Mr. Lard, how you doing, bud? All right, let's swap some people around here really quick. Swap Kage for Kiddo. That.
You could give the best hugs.
Morphling, sorry. I was talking to the teams, making sure everything is ready to go. All right. Thank you so much for the follow right there. Thank you for supporting. Rev, I was double checking. So it is actually pronounced Solskido, and and now everyone's like, because I was just double checking. Now everyone's like, Rabbit Penguin's like, it's Rabid Penguin, and Stark was like, it's Stark. Just. There's no second syllable. Stark? How do you add a second? Okay, all right. Teams are. I'm just okay. Because now chess loader's adding in like hyphens. Okay, chess loader. Okay, sure. Thanks all for hanging out. How are you doing? Thanks for coming by. I'm glad to see you all hanging out, supporting some teams. And ooh, Rio Kai, what's up? I haven't seen you in quite some time. All right, we got ours. Let me let the teams know that we are going. Good luck. All right, that banner set, team 2. We're good to go. Pushing the button. Let's go ahead and get into game number 2. We've got ourselves
Tomb of the Spider Queen.
welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. I'm your caster, Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we've got gillyShark up a game in this best of 3 series. And on the right, we have got Reborn Knights Black. This is a Division B East matchup, and we're going to be seeing the one, the only, the Samuro being banned out against gillyShark. Yo, Mr. Lard, thank you so much for the host. I appreciate that support. Thanks for bringing over the friends, making sure that they know that there's some casting going on. But if you're sitting here and you're like, wait, how did we get to game 2? Why are we on Tomb of Spider Queen? I got you. Let me update you. The coin flip was initially won by the members of gillyShark. They opted for map pick that gives them priority onto ban. They banned out Infernal Shrines. Battlefield of Eternity was then banned out by the members of Reborn Knights Black. First map was Cursed Hollow, chosen by gillyShark and won by them. Sorry, just Cat Peach, are you start rock? How do you even say? Okay, chat. And then so we're gonna be having game number 2. So game number 1 was won by gillyShark, so the members of Reborn Knights Black opted for first pick that gives map over to gillyShark, and that is going to be Tomb of Spider Queen, chosen by them. Let's go ahead and get back into this draft as we've got an Anubrek starting this out right now. We also see that Sylvanas ban coming out once again from the members of Reborn Knights Black. Hanzo and Joanna are going to be banned out here. The Joanna, extremely strong in the fact that she has that condemn to pull a few members together, and then you can get the fast clear into the lane. Sorry, I'm burping because I chugged a bunch of tea as we got into the score screen last, and that's when I can chug tea and not be on camera and not have to speak at the same time. But here's the thing. Li Ming chosen extremely early, and I got excited because I was like, Junkrat Li Ming this early? This is Cho'Gall, 100%. But, 1, it could be. 2, the Li Ming this early is just great because they've already got the Anubrak. And yes, Nubarian Armor's strong, but you can then have the Disintegrate if and when Anubrak goes into that web wrap. This is going to be the Ana Jaina as well. I gotta say, the members of Reborn Knights Black are picking up a very deadly composition. Dive in from Anubrak has initial stun and setup, and Pale has another stun on top of that. You also have Jaina dumping snow from that blizzard, as well as the burst from her Cone of Cold, and then the Ice Lance on top of that. Ana's able to then decrease the healing that you're getting, and also that Sleep Dart has some setup into all of that, or even follow-up damage. Overall, very strong composition coming out from them, and they're going to ban out that Imperius. They needed a solo lane, and they needed some extra damage. They've got their wave clear, they've got their main support and main tank. Just taking out that Imperius is probably their best bet on the side of gillyShark because it mitigates that very strong solo lane, and also... Someone just hooked on Phoenix. Literally, the Imperius was banned out, and it just says GG. What does that mean? I'm nervous. Garrosh will be banned on the side of Reborn Knights Black. I'm sorry. I'm looking at what they're saying right now. It's just like one of them was. They were just like, I don't play Garrosh, and it's just like, well, now you can't, and they're just like, but I don't play Garrosh. Either way, and now they're actually like making fun of each other's skins right now. I absolutely love this. Tyrande and Leoric will be picked up on the side of gillyShark. No Cho'Gall coming out from them. No fun this evening. But we do have an Ubrek, Ana, Jaina. They need to pair some other things into this. I actually wouldn't be opposed to a Phoenix in this game. That wouldn't be bad at all. For that, maybe even the solo lane. Raynor going to be picked up, but that will be Blaze. Okay. Overall, that's a strong Quaho. What? Okay. I mean, it is a push-based map. You're going to make rotations. Zul's pretty strong in that light. You can main tank with him. There's some good rooting. You can get the blow up from Li Ming as well. Tyrande has some setup into yeah. I like it. I'm not gonna deny that one bit at all. Like, I think this is an amazing draft. Freaking Tyrande again? Well, this is different sides though. we're going to now see Chymotrypsin Tyrande instead of Solskado's Tyrande. Jaffos? I think that's how you say your name, Jaffos. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for cheering on some friendly teams. I don't know, like, I'm still a little bit in a shock right now from Gilly, because here's the thing, Reborn Knights Black, they've got a really strong draft. I think their kill potential, their blow up is terrifying, their wave clear is great, their solo lane strong, and not to say that gillyShark doesn't have as strong any of those, but it's just the Zool throws me off quite a bit. I don't really know what to expect. I think it's going to come down to how it is played, and well, let's go ahead and find out how it will be played. On the left hand side, we've got the members of gillyShark up a game. Zergy Monster on that Leoric, Chest Looter trying to dive over the gate on that Junkrat. We have Chymotrypsin on the Tyrande, Stark on the very, very loud Zool, and we have Kage Carry on the Li Ming. On the right-hand side, we've got the members of Reborn Knights Black down a game, trying to bring us to game 3. We got Crafty Devil on that Anubrak, the Pie Maker once again on Raynor, Solskado on that Ana, Rabbit Penguin jumping on that Jaina, and we have Hooked on Phoenix, or Hadouken as I say, on that Blaze. Let's go ahead, check out mid lane. No new habits for Blaze. Not going to be trying to get up the, they're basically their own self-cleanser, the Unstoppable. Kage Carry still holding their level 1 as well, and that Li Ming. Overall, though, it's going to be Magic Missile. I don't know what it is. Force Armor. There we go. Could not think of it. Could not think of the name. So we are going to be seeing Zergy Monster in that solo lane into the Blaze. This is actually a fairly strong matchup for that Leoric, as they can drain health from the Blaze, and they've got a little bit of a faster wave clear. I like the sprays coming back and forth. So we're going to mostly be focusing on the rotations between lanes. Maybe we'll see Stark or one of the other members rotating to bottom to try and get some of that extra damage onto that solo lane Blaze. See if that's actually going to be happening, though. Love me some Zool tank, but solo support? We'll see. Grenade Zool and he dies every time. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. He also went for backlash, so going to be trying to get the, I believe it's percentage-based damage, who's around you. Yeah. It's just really good for those tanky type rolls when people dive on you. 12% can be returned around, so that's just really, really strong just to kind of be dove on and have that extra damage as long as you can keep them alive on that Tyrande. And I mean, Starfall does have cooldown reduction on the on that heal from on Tyrande, so that is going to be a way to keep the healing up, but we'll see. The blow potential could be huge. This Chest Looter takes a lot of damage with just about 17 health, maybe 16 at a point right there. Zool going to get that little turn in, walk a couple gems in, make sure they just have those in the bank. It's just going to continue to be early rotations, looking for some of those questing talents. We do have 7 regeneration globes already on Rabbit Penguin right now. Good way just to continue to get that extra damage after getting those 20 gems. That 10% bonus to the frostbite damage is just so huge, as well as the mana return overall is just going to be a big benefit to make sure that she's not so mana hungry overall. That is going to be the Sentinel coming out from Tyrande to scout out that Bruiser camp on the right-hand side. We do have gems about halfway, maybe a little bit more for both these teams. Kage Carry and Chymotrypsin in this bottom going to be going ahead and grabbing this camp. It looks like Blaze is not going to be any of the wiser for that, as they haven't seen that there's quite a few members missing in their rotations. Zool does push up this mid lane. They're more or less just pushing them around the map and making them respond to a lot of situations, and so far that keeps them out of fights, and at this early point, that's exactly what they want to do on the side of gillyShark, just playing it slow, not taking many fights, because realistically, they don't have the health pools to deal with that just yet. I think right around that 10 mark, yeah, they'll be able to take some more comfortable fights. Zool also needs to be able to just swipe through so many of those heroes, also increasing the scythe speed. Yeah, so you have the scythe cooldown right now, and then once you get that scythe increased speed, is just you absolutely shred through people, and that is going to be their main focus right there. Also, Zergy Monster using that Wraith Walk to get out had hooked on Phoenix. I almost said it right there. Is going to be able to stay alive right there. Little worrisome. Let's see, 6-6 in levels. We're waiting to see if anyone can pick up that little extra and see who's going to be getting the first turn in as well. We do have the availability for the members of Reborn Knights Black. Crafty Devil trying to get a few gems in right now. Kage gonna have those missiles to poke out a little bit more. Root goes out onto one. That's going to be the concussion mine to put Rabbit Penguin right back into Junkrat. They try and dump the snow, but here's the thing. If they can zone out these gems, that'll be huge. Now, at least they get the majority of them on Solskjaer, dropping at least 6 right there. But they still have enough for the turn-in. They have exactly 50. They've got the same, well, they've got more on the side of gillyShark, and they have the availability for a turn-in. Going to use that Impale to stall this out. Beetles are going everywhere, but they're going to be diving back into the lane. Nice Sleep Dart goes out. Actually, bringing the little Beetle over to Chest Looter right there, so they're going to have to try and get the turn-in once again. Hooked on Phoenix and Zergy Monster in this bottom lane, still going back and forth at it. And here's the thing. They might actually not need the turn-in from that Leoric. If they get, I think, 1 or 2 more waves, I think it's very, very close. But Zergy will be able to get this, I think, fully turned in, and that will be first wave of Web Weavers descending in favor for gillyShark. See what kind of pressure they're able to achieve with this. Now we still have Leoric in bottom lane. The rest of the team is going to be rotating up to top as they pushed out mid a little bit. Stark gets the really quick clear onto this, and these will be descending basically right into the front gate of this top lane. Sentinel goes out. Trying to see if I think they're just waiting to not make sure they're not going to be flanked in this situation. Easy clear coming out for the Zul. Kage going to dump in some damage on the side here. Look at the flank, though, coming out from Crafty Devil. They do get rooted from the Junkrat. Really good communication. You saw the entire team back up. They also spread out, because the other thing, too, is when a Noobrek dives in, they'll be able to have that AoE stun with that burrow charge forward. So it's really good communication coming up from the members of gillyShark right now as top lane gets opened up a little bit. Mid lane has already crashed and has gone through the front gate. Zul now walks in, able to buff this lane out a bit more. We also, once again, see Crafty Devil trying to get this flank right now, and they have the dive in. That's going to connect onto Stark. They do get the root onto 1. That will be the follow-up Lunar Flare from Combo Trips, and Rabbit Penguin goes a little bit for a ride right there. Some grenades going to be bouncing off the wall. They take a little bit of damage, but Web Weavers do end, and that will be gillyShark taking down the front gates of basically top, mid, and it looks like bottom. About equal push in for all these lanes. Actually, let's go ahead and cycle out through some of the other numbers right now, but here's the point for them. They've got to defend the turn-ins now. They're on their own. There's no turn-in availability, at least for not for another 20-plus gems. Actually, a little bit less than that, but either way. Concussion Mine goes out. Piemaker trying to get a few more turned in here. Hooked on Phoenix has got 27, and they could basically get the turn themselves. They're going to be hearthing back. They have to just go back and get completely full before they even need to push in with these Web Weavers potentially. You got a few. I think it's just quite a few across the board. Yeah, if we can look at it right now, it's 8 and 9 on the Noobrek and Ana, but you have 27 on that Blaze. You're going to be wanting to try and turn these in, and if you just watch for that Blaze as much as possible, that's going to be a really good way to make sure that those aren't going to be going in. But 10s are here, and so are the Web Weavers for the members of Reborn Knights Black. Combo doesn't connect. It's just a little shy of Rabbit Penguin. With 10 talents here, that is going to be the Skeletal Mages for that Zul. Entomb for the Leoric, Starfall for that Tyrande, as we talked about already. Junkrat, what are you doing? There's no way this is Rocket Ride. Okay, it's going to be Reptire. And then I think Li Ming is going to hold to see if this is going to be Web Rep or Locust Swarm. I doubt it will be Locust Swarm, but if they do go Locust Swarm, well then, hey, you know what? That's just going to be that means you can use that Wave of Force and just combo that in for the extra damage. But we'll see. Noobrek's still holding. I think they're going to try and... Okay, so they're going to show, and we should see Li Ming snap that up fairly quickly. Web Weaver's pushing in. Bottom lane seems to be the initial priority in favor for the members of Reborn Knights Black. Crafty Devil stepping up a little bit, also making sure that they're safe in that back line. Hyperion comes forward. Li Ming trying to dump the damage into the back. This is going to be a good siege in through bottom lane. Zul cleaning out that top lane. This is going to also be that pickup onto Disintegrate on that Li Ming. They have that available. Going to try and get another combo out here. Just try and poke them out a little bit further, but bottom lane gets shredded. Here's the thing, though. Zul did a great job clearing out these lanes, and realistically, they only lost out through bottom lane. That is going to be the first fort down in favor for Reborn Knights Black. I think they've got to back off of this now. I think the members of gillyShark they got to regroup and they got to look for a fight. This is a turn availability for both these teams, so if they get back-to-back turn-ins on the side of Reborn Knights Black, that'll be huge in their push pressure as they can now just focus in on this top or mid lane. And top, I would say, is probably the priority since it is the boss avenue for a lot of good win conditions. Chest Looter will be doing their best to stall this out, just going to be getting some poke out here and there, but I think Solskjaer gets another 10 turned. I think Crafty Devil needs to get their amount turned in. They've got the majority of those gems available for it, and they get the back-to-back turn-ins. They're not able to pick it up themselves on the side of gillyShark, and they're going to have to back off and just go for the clear into these lanes. Sentinel goes out as well. Go ahead and peek up into the top lane. As I said, this is probably going to be their priority. The wave's already pushed up a bit. There's a camp in mid, so they know that they're going to have to burn through that already, and this is the quickest avenue for more experience and more map value on the side of Reborn Knights Black. Let's see Sentinel go out. What else do we get? Bottom lane's going to be cleared out. Mid lane will be cleared out as well. Top lane, yeah, they're just going to be trading on another fort. They're just going to have to give this over. Without a main tank, I think they're struggling in some of these situations, or maybe they're just saying, you know what, we can give over these forts. They do confirm actually a mid lane fort themselves. This should easily push out, and they're going to be able to entomb the bunker. Blaze and bottom, that is going to be the Disintegrate coming out. Dives right out. They actually burn quite a few heroics to try and get that kill, and they don't get anything. Bunker was utilized, but that's a lot more value in favor for the members of Reborn Knights Black, and while that's happening, this is still going to be the Hyperion pushing in through top lane. Webweaver still fairly healthy, just about half health. Nice concussion mine to push them out. That is going to be the Skeletal Mages for the slow. Riptire comes out as well. That will be the Cocoon onto one of them. Crafty Devil will take the majority of that Riptire. That will be the Nano Boost onto one of the members there. I think it was the Jaina, but they're just backing out. Healing goes out, and they save their top lane keep for now, while Liork goes to bottom and clears out. I had a janitor pun, but he's not using the janitor skin, so I'm gonna save it. Save it till next time. They're gonna scout out this bruiser kit, make sure that they're not gonna be jumping on that too quickly. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting. What's the game plan now for gillyShark? They've been on the back foot for a lot of this game, it feels. Does top lane keep going down fairly, or not completely down, but 10 minutes into the game on Tomb of Spider Queen to be that low on a keep is a really hard spot to be in. Kage and Stark have enough for the turn, and Chestloot are going to be trying to join in just to maybe deposit a few of them themselves. Actually, no, they still needed 2 from Chestloot. I can't do math because I'm casting, and that's the rule. Webweavers, though, will descend fairly far down these lanes. Mid lane is already got a fort missing. They could prioritize top and try and even out that pressure. This is also going to be a bruiser camp picked up, so maybe they want to clear that out so that this wave does push in fairly effectively. Bottom is stacked up quite a bit. There's a decent minion wave already there, so they say, you know what? Let's focus in on mid lane. Let's try and get some catapult pressure in our favor here. Looked at Crafty Devil, though, on the side. Maybe setting up for a dive into some of these members, but Chestlooter just backs right out. They move over into top lane, but this is very far back in the spawn. You can already see it's taken a bit of damage. Mid lane gets shredded right through. This is going to be top lane pressure. How do they go in on this? Looks like they're going to defend straight into each other's faces, basically. Push in on one side and just defend on the other. Not going to be going for any sort of fancy flanks. Bottom lane fort does go down, so that pressure is evened out. Webweaver is still very healthy in bottom. If they can delay that out, they might get some extra value. And they also might be able to even out this top lane pressure. Webweaver in top has now gone down. Zergy Monster's so very low themselves. Crafty Devil getting a lot of good damage. That will be the Wraith walk out. They don't want to drop these dems. Oh my god, with just a few hundred health right there, Zergy Monster is able to walk right out, or I guess you could say limp in a sense, because it is that Skeletal King. Meanwhile, in bottom lane, we have this real big stacked up wave that's going to be clearing out. I think they might take down the front gate, but that's realistically about the value they'll get right here. One tower's down. I think, yeah, they should be able to take down the second. Maybe Blaze has a quick enough clean up for this now. That'll take down the front gate. That's not that big of a deal. Meanwhile, still in top lane, they actually, with all the members being split back, they turn around on the side of gillyShark and say, cool, this is now our top lane fort. We're going to even out that pressure, as I noted before, and falling, I guess, going a little bit ahead in the experience. I do want to note this. It is a 1-kill game thus far. 1 kill. I feel like we haven't really had a fight yet either. Like, I feel like we've had a little bit of, like, poke out here and there. Like, haha, just like, I almost got you, you almost got me. But Wraithwalk gonna be right out of there. Ghost Dung, thank you so much for the tier 1 subscription, 5 months. I very much appreciate that. I will send that once we get out of this matchup here. Thank you for the support, my friend. I hope you're having a great night. Whew. This pressure from gillyShark in the late game is really starting to amount, and they don't have enough for a full turn-in. They're shy by just, I think, like 10 or so gems. They could try and sneak it in this bottom area. You see Chestloot are going to throw out those grenades, just scouting out the area already. Stark is going to have, I think, the majority of this turn and should be able to get it right then and there. And they just picked up enough for themselves on the side of Reborn Knights Black. This is going to be bottom lane pressure amounting as well as mid lane. They rotate up into the top, and I think they're just going to be trying to just siege in through every single lane, or maybe just pressure this up just so the Webweaver descends a little bit further and there's not maybe a catapult in that lane in their favor. No, they're going for the push in this. I was kind of waning between the two. I wasn't very sure. I think the Siege Giants on bottom already got cleared out as well. I do believe, yeah, because those should be on. Yeah, those are on the full cooldown counter. Anyways, 16 to 16. Top lane pressure coming in. Sleep Dart goes out, burst onto Stark. They're going to go ahead and pop that bone armor. Entomb goes out onto Rabbit Penguin. Starfall's going to be there. Hyperion will be coming out as well. That will be the Entomb, or excuse me, the bunker out as well. There's so much good value coming out for both these teams. Riptire will be there. They're trying to find one member that's a little bit low coming out of that bunker. It's going to be ending right now. They find nobody because they burned down the Riptire. So many members on the gillyShark are low. That's going to be Leoric going down, so they lose the Leoric. But out of all the members in this fight to lose, Leoric is not the worst. They will be able to cheat death a little bit. Bottom lane has stacked up quite a bit, and they'll be able to maybe take this keep. They're going to be rotating safely on the side of gillyShark. And Kage may be just trying to go in for the poke, and they say nope, they're going to back off. And this is going to be bottom lane Webweaver taking out about half the keep health. It's a 1-to-1 kill game. They set themselves up back here because they know that there's turn availability for the members of Reborn Knights Black. So if they can try and find them as they're trying to turn in, that'll be the best benefit for gillyShark. And you can see Zergy Monster in that ghost form in the bush right now. Crafty Devil does step forward. Leoric backs off. They do spawn. Do they have a blow up for this Leoric? No, they're just going to be able to just soak up some of that health from them. Another stun going to be coming out. That will be the turn in. And I believe it went through, it was just snuck right in this top position while all that poke was happening. The thing is, and I feel like I keep saying that this game, but I feel like this is a very back and forth game consistently. There's a lot of good push and pull, you could say, that's going on this map. But these waves are so far pushed back in favor for gillyShark. Look at mid, look at bottom. This top lane's only this far up because they ran up here very quickly to get the clear onto it. Nubrak dives forward. That will give them the cleanse onto the skeletal prison? Yes, there we go. Bone prison. Couldn't think of the name. Starfall does go out from Tyrande as well, and this is just going to be Webweaver pushing up through the lane. 17-17 in levels, 1-to-1 in kills. All the structures are even, but this top lane keep is a lot lower than that bottom on the opposing side. That is going to be Skeletal Mages coming out. Riptire's out as well. That will be the Entomb not connecting. Not able to find anyone. Rabbit Pang will be targeted right there. Leoric is going to be stepping up. That might be a little too far. They're going to have to back out it now. Webweaver cleared out in top. Mid lane is now pressuring onto that fort, but they don't want to give over the opportunity for the enemy team to get a keep and have that consistent catapult pressure. Grenade goes out from Ana. They're going to get that healing. Zergy Monster stepping up a little bit further. A little bit more poke onto Hooked on Phoenix. And they're just whittling up this wave. Nice use of the Hyperion. They should be able to confirm it now, but they're going to get a nice stun onto one. That also will be the Web Wrap. Onto another. They use the instantaneous Disintegrate. Crafty Devil taking so much damage, they're going to have to back off. No reset for Li Ming, and Zergy in a bit of a bad spot. They're going to take a lot. The Hyperion goes down, but they end up falling themselves. This will be Kage trying to get that extra damage. Not working out for them. Still have a Webweaver in bottom lane just now crashing into that keep. But here, while yes, it did go down, look at how stacked up this wave is. Junkrat comes down here to try and get as quick of a clear onto this as possible, and I think they should be able to do that. We're nearing our 20 talent tiers for both these teams, and we've only had like 2, I would say, major fights. Leoric does scout this out. They know they're here, but will be another Sentinel coming out just to poke them. It kind of shows, all right, well, we know we know that you're on this point. They're going to leash the boss. Zergy has communicated that to the team. This is going to be the Starfall coming out as well, and they just disengage from it. They say, you know what, we don't want that fight at all. Bottom lane keep still saved by Chest Looter as they jump down there really, really quickly towards the end of that. I think Stark will be trying to go for the clear into that, and they don't have turn-ins on either side. Whew. Look at that. And you can just sit there and just smash W. I love playing Scythe build Zool. It's so much fun. It's so satisfying. It's absolutely the best. Sentinel out again. They're going to be able to just scout this out. Leoric is going to be trying to go for the turn-in. They don't have enough gems on either side for the full turn-in. We can actually see the breakdown between the two teams right now. So they're just more or less adding in pressure into the lanes, looking for those 20s. Question I have for gillyShark is when they get those 20s, are they going to force the fight with the little lead that they have? That 20 talent tier will be offering up some extra bonus damage or value into some of these talents that they do have. We'll go ahead and see if they're what they're going to be picking up. We actually do have a bit of an adaptation on this Leoric as well. Not going to be going into the Ominous Wrath or Royal Focus at 13-16 as we often do see. It's going to be, I don't know what that talent is. It's going to be Spectral Leech, and Mithril Mace. Okay. Actually, hold on. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. Deals bonus damage equal to 2.5 damage. Okay. So basically, it's just it's higher drain, higher drain. 20 talent tiers here, and no fight. They're just gonna play it safe. We do have that rewind for the Anubrax. They're gonna be trying to get double ability damage out. Oh, ooh, that Wintermute also for Jaina. That's such a strong talent because it now copies the abilities of her. It will cast Cone of Cold as well as the Ice Lance from her while doing those auto attack damage onto this pick target. Also, upgrade for that bunker. And also the upgrade for Nano Boost too, that healing coming out from spell damage, that is a huge value. Just I'm floating around waiting to see who goes in for this. They're just going to be pushing in a little bit of turn on both sides. Not enough for a full Web Weaver summon. And this is now, I think, this is kind of the slow play. Reborn Knights Black doesn't want to give this over because they're down a game. If they lose this, it's just going to go over to gillyShark and they'll be moving on with another win, another week. Bottom lane, starting to pressure up. They're going to need to deal with this at some point. And Jane is going to be the one who goes down there. Look to see when she shows in that lane, the members of gillyShark are going to be instant. You can see them all starting to try and collapse in. They want to go for the chase onto this. And it looks like everyone's just going to be backing right out. I got all excited. Ulysses, Lorelei D'Angelo, hi, welcome. Hi, I didn't say hi to you before. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for supporting the stream. We're actually just gonna get some checking in these bushes with that Impale. They do have that rewind, so they're able to do that. And I will note that this mid lane will naturally win out every single time because they still have their fort in favor for gillyShark. Gonna continue to poke this out, but they do have that full turn in. Kage with a combo. No kill, but just at least getting that damage out there. They're whittling them down. Zergy Monster with the Entomb. That's the Buried Alive as well. That's going to be the Skeletal Mages on top. If Bunker comes down, they get a couple members in, but Anubarak is the first one to go down. Bunker is out as well, and we don't have a Riptire just yet from the Junkrat. There comes in. It's going to be going in. That will be Leoric going down. Jane is so very low, is able to make it out, and they're going to turn around. That's going to be the roots on 2-1, and Chimo chips in so very low. They end up losing 3 themselves. They trade the Anubarak for 3 kills. That's a lot of good value in favor for the members of Reborn Knights Black. They have that turn-in availability as well. Chessler is going to be trying to poke them out. They do have that cooldown reduction at level 16 onto the grenades. As long as they're hitting heroes, these endless nades, they're going to get a cooldown reduction. So if you can hit at least a couple heroes, that will be just consistently be able to be literally endless nades. And with the angling that we're currently seeing, they're able to do this. Now, I don't think they're going to be able to have a boss steal onto this. They've got some good value, but Rabbit, oh wait, hold on. They have the concussion mine onto this point. Not dead center, but it's just Kage and Chest Looter. Zergy Monster is able to jump up onto the point. They don't have, actually they do have an Entomb for when they come, and no, they will be spawning on this point. This is a bit of a bad spot for that Leoric to be spawning in, and now they're going to get a huge swipe onto them. They're going to get burned down, and they actually don't go down. That's going to be Li Ming getting a combo out, and they get the kill onto Raynor. I assumed that Death Note was the Leoric going down. Huge play coming out. They lose the boss, but they should be able to clear this out before it gets any core value. They stagger out a death onto that Raynor, but here's the thing. While all that happens and they go for the defense, this is Web Weaver turn in, and you can see that the way that they're running in, they want to try and end this right now on the side of Reborn Knights Black. They want to go to game 3. Wintermute? Wintermute, so good. Get out of here with that. I honestly, I see Wintermute almost everywhere. I always see Wintermute. Hey, Hotaru Gaming, what's up? How are you, friend? How is Goku Berry's or Goki's right leg? Did Leica give it back? That gif was the best. That is really one of the best things on Twitter. Oh my god, just the aggressiveness of your dog to your husband is just hilarious. Anyways, we have Web Weavers descending. This is going to be mid lane cleared out by Stark on that Zul. This is also going to be the Starfall coming out from Tirana just to zone some of these members back. They have the Hyperion up and available if they want to siege him with that after this Web Weaver does go down. If they want to just try and get this extra value into the keep, we'll see if that is going to be summoned. Web Weaver in mid lane still going to be there. That is going to be the Buried Alive going out, but not connecting. Root goes out onto 1, but they just have the Burrow charge out, and this is going to be bottom lane keep saved as well as mid lane keep, but they do lose their fort. Turn-in availability now for gillyShark, and this is going to be a very, very late game Web Weaver turn-in. The thing is, as I noted earlier, in favor for the members of gillyShark, Reborn Knights Black have a lot of their waves pushed up very far. They need to kind of manage their lanes before they go for these Web Weaver turn-ins. Also, if they're even able to let them out, this is just so much aggression, so much pushing. They're trying to whittle down these keeps just to get that consistent catapult pressure. Oh, as in balanced ability. Okay, that's why I was just like, how are you? Wait, am I that potato where I don't realize that it's not a good talent? Okay, doing well. His leg has been fully recovered. Oh, thank God. I was very worried. Oopsie. Mouse cord, please. So excuse me. 1 keep remains for gillyShark. Reborn Knights Black. They have just this low one in the bottom right. This could come down to one single fight between these two teams. Like, literally in Cursed Hollow, the death timers are long enough. Both teams have kind of an end game scenario, but gillyShark has enough for a turn, and they need to watch these points. She knows what she knows what she wants. Oh man. Alrighty. Alright, no turn-in still available for Reborn Knights Black. I managed to sip a bunch of tea. They have 48 out of the 65 gems turned in on the side of gillyShark. Gonna just deposit these 20 that they do have just to get them in so they don't have to worry about any of those. And it's as I said, it's this tense moment where they don't want to go too far out. They don't really need to look for any sort of talent here or anything. They just don't want to play too far out of their comfort zone right now on the side of gillyShark. So they're just doing these easy clears, letting the waves crash into them. Everything is off of cooldown. They're pushing in through mid. Will this be the end push that that Reborn Knights Black are able to bring us to game 3 with, or is this going to be an overextension? Hyperion will be coming out. This is the start of the siege. The camp's pushing in. We look at Stark in the backline right now. They're going to be looking for probably to get right onto that Ana. Hyperion's still out. That is going to be the Starfall as well. Bone Mage is coming out. Skeleton Mage is coming out. That will be the Pie Maker getting focused. Riptide comes out, and Tomb blasts the Rainer off the screen as they find themselves now in top lane. And that, I mean, can we still see the body? No, he's just right there. But that is going to be the, I can't believe it. It's kind of the same play in a sense. Also, Harley Poe, thank you so much for the follow during this game. I apologize for not catching that sooner. Welcome. Wintermute, Buried Alive, Twilight, Archon, in my opinion, best broken 20s in the game. Nah, dog, you gotta go for, what is it? It's Hunt, Precision Strike, Judgment, and Tomb. I can't remember what the other one was. It was something dumb I casted one time where it was like Illidan, Jaina, Tyrael, maybe a Leoric, and I can't remember what else it was, but it was just this crazy like single target blow up, and then they would just like win so hard through that. But this is going to be 25-minute, maybe 26 minutes. I think it's when they actually land. It notes where their scaling is, and it scales up by minute. So 26 minutes. Webweaver's coming in, defended through the top lane. They don't want to lose out on that boss potential. Gonna throw the Sentinel out, get some extra damage, get some slow, get some vision. Mid lane will be pressured up. Junkrat gonna be joining into the fray of things. I think bottom lane is just they're comfortable saying, you know what, we can get that value there. Or maybe they're just trying to show. What is happening? What are you doing? What are you doing? Why is this happening? Oh, interesting choice. They're just not showing, I guess, for a little bit there, but that will be mid lane cleared out. This is also going to be now bottom lane stacked up a little bit here. 26 minutes, half the health in this Webweaver. Jaina gets caught by a Lunar Flare, but there's no follow-up. Starfall's out as well. They're just playing really hard on the back foot. Zula trying to engage right now. That's going to be the Entomb onto the Anubrak. The Silence is there with that Buried Alive. Riptide going to be coming out as well. Crafty Devil not able to get into the bunker in time. Jaina found with the Starfall. That's going to be, the Lunar Flare. They actually get the Nano Boost onto them, and now they're turning around, getting that healing from the spell damage they're able to put out, and Leoric does go down. A 1-for-1 trade out overall. Leoric can cheat death. Also, we do have the Taste for Explosions for Junkrat now being finished 27 minutes into this game. 27-minute Tomb of the Spider Queen game. He's hit 200 people with grenades. And that's 100 extra damage. No turn-in availability for either team. We do have oh my, I can't say words right now. We have a very high amount of gems in favor for gillyShark. This is going to be the Anubrak still dead, and Leoric is scouting out the enemy team, so they know where they're going to be sitting. They're going to put this boss at about half health. Moving on in, they're going to be trying to slow them. Sentinel from the Tyrande. This is a bit of a risky spot. This is the throw pit per se. Tyrande does finish out the, oh my god, the huge entombment of so many. They're going to throw in all this damage. They're just swiping through with these. The slows onto Soskido. Damage goes out, combos there. Anubrak's back, but they enter the world where their team is gone. Chest Looter over the wall, focusing the core. That Entomb was exactly what gillyShark needed. Game too long. GG. Crafty Devil gonna be targeted here. Riptire goes out, they burrow into their core, and it looks like they swipe through the core, and that is going to be game number 2. Going over to the members of gillyShark. GG. Well played. That Entomb. That Entomb. Shout out once again to Ghost Dunk for the 5-month resub. Thank you so much, my friend.
I will follow you to the end of the world.
I'm watching that right now on my other monitor, and that is insanity.
Great cast, Baha.
That is seriously one of the top Entombs I've seen in a very long time. Catching 3 people like that in that boss corridor, wow. My jaw is on the desk. Yikes, GG. What's up, X-Ray? Get bodied. All right, let me go ahead and show talents and see. Let me see something really quickly. Okay, cool. All right, we're gonna find out who is gonna be doing the interview, and then. Okay. Let me pull it back over here. Hello, hi. Let me update the score really quickly, and that's not right. There we go. That's right. And at this time, we are going to be joined by the other offlaner, or excuse me, also offlane, Chess Leader. How you doing? Congratulations on your 2-0 victory.
Holy cow! Did you see that Entomb?
I have been talking about that basically up until now.
Oh man!
I gotta say I was saying like that was one of the best Entombs I've seen in a very, very long time. Like that, there was like a 5-member Entomb, but that was like a year ago on for something completely different. So that was insane. So let's go back up. Let's back up. Let's go to game number 1. We went to can't think of names. Cursed Hollow. They put you on the back foot for quite a bit of that game. Was it pretty much just that overextension towards the end over that curse point, or over the curse itself, over that mid lane keep, where you guys turned it around, or was there a little bit of momentum still building for you guys and you knew you could still bring it back?
So in that game, as well as the Tomb of the Spider Queen game, everything was looking kind of 50-50, 40-60. We were down a little bit. And then my man Zergy Monster comes in with the long range drag. Ah, dude, that guy's playing out of his mind tonight.
And then let's move over to game number 2, Zergy Monster on this Leoric, and Zergy Monster isn't a main roster player for you all. Is that correct?
We generally rotate between the 6 people or the 5 people that we think will be best in any given situation.
Okay.
And so in this case, with one of our members out on an extended trip to the exotic UK, we have Zergy playing in, and we're figuring out the roster swaps. And dude, people better start banning his stuff, because holy cow!
That, I gotta say, that was that Leoric was a little scary. Was there any I actually was curious about this because they picked up the Spectral Leech at level 13 and Mithril Mace at level 16. Did the not having that damage mitigation affect the team at all? Was that something you guys discussed, or was it just like, this is the build that I'm comfortable with, this is the build that I can get the most value with? Because in some of those situations, you often see like those are the talents that it's like, oh, we got Leoric, and you can expect, you know, different things 1 through 7, maybe 10 talents sometimes as March, but that 13-16 is often that royal focus, as well as the I can't think of the other one off the top of my head. Either way, was there a discussion of that, or was it just like, no, we just let him play what he wants to play?
So the problem with going that build in this situation is they've dropped the nano boost on the Jaina and we lose the fight.
Mm-hmm.
If we have that build, we Spooky Ghost in and mitigate some of the Jaina damage. They drop nano boost on Jaina and we lose the fight.
Okay.
It really does do nothing.
Okay.
In this case, Zergy picked talents that actually do something, and so we were able to capitalize off of that.
Because there were only 2 moments where I noticed that not having those talents yielded a kill for the enemy team, because he was trying to get that Wraith Walk out, but he didn't have that damage mitigation, also the Wraith Walk distance to somehow get out of the situation. So I was just curious what the comms are like there, because you often do see, you know, it's the meta pick, meta hero, or excuse me, meta talents, all that stuff, so it's just the standard. So whenever you see a deviation, I'm always curious, but I gotta say, those 2 games were insanely played on your side, and it's really awesome to see that it was so 50-50 through a lot of it, and being able to kind of come off some of those back foot moments to really see you shine. I have no words. I'm still a little shocked by that Zul pick and how well it worked for the team. Was that something that you all like went into that draft knowing, or were you just like at the last second like, no, we'll just tank Zul?
That's how Tank Zool always works, is it's always the instinctual pick of, there's something that we need to pick here. What is it? Oh, it's Tank Zool, and then we go and we win the game.
Because it was, I believe, your last pick too, so I was expecting it to be I was expecting maybe like a Tyrael again, or an Arthas, or not a Tank Zool. Just not something I was expecting, but they were seriously such great games. Before I let you go, any shoutouts that you'd like to give? The floor is yours, Chess.
So, first of all, 5 of my shoutouts go to Zergy because he carried the team for all 5 of our members tonight, because holy cow. Second of all, I'd like to shout out Ramadi MC. He's been working with us for a lot of this, and he's been helping us iron out our early game, which is one of our biggest weaknesses before. And our early games have been really, really tight these last couple days. So huge shout out to him for all of his help. Beyond that, always shout outs to Gilly for helping make this possible. And then beyond that, shout out to you and Bandit for the fantastic cast, as always.
Thank you so much for the interview. Thanks for everything. Sorry, Stark just gave 10 subscriptions, and I don't have words right now. So we'll wrap up this interview. Thank you so much for everything. This has been an absolute blessing. I believe I'll see you all tomorrow at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time.
You know it. That sounds right.
Do you know who you're going up against tomorrow? I can't remember off the top of my head.
That's Durtan's Couch, right?
I think so.
I've enjoyed watching their games. They look like a lot of fun. I
got to cast a couple of their games last week, and I was just like, these are good. This team is fun. I'm excited to see more of them. So that is so exciting. But thank you so much for the interview, Chess. Thank you once again for the games, and I'll see you all tomorrow night.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Same as well. Have a great one. Alrighty, everybody. I kind of left Chess there a little bit on the end. I'm sorry about that, but first off, Stark, thank you so much for the 10 subscriptions. Math Problems, Wono Hots, Legacy, Lorelei D'Angelo, Mr. Lard, Zergy Monster, that King Leork, Linehouse, Dolce, Cat is the War Priest, and Ryokai, welcome. Enjoy your gilded beards, enjoy your bandits and your rage emojis and your pugs. I actually just thought of an idea today for that 3rd slot that we can fill, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. Oh my God, Stark, thank you so much. Welcome, everybody.
I will follow you to the end of the world.
This is gonna be going on for a little bit.
Subscribe.
Thank you, thank you, Stark, so much. Thank you. I don't have words. I really don't. I really do appreciate it, my friend.
To the end of the world.
Duraton's Couch has the best name in the division, no flame. I'm not gonna lie, like Duraton's Couch has is a very good name in the league. Nexus Gaming. I just want to double check what that game is tomorrow before we move into some of these replays.
I will follow you to the end of the world.
Where did we land for our replay decision? Because I know I put out a poll today on Twitter. We're just gonna let these keep going. Let this keep on rolling. Oop.
I will follow you to the end of the world. Subscribe.
Okay. Oh wait, there we go. Oh, it's Division D. Division D won by a sliver. Okay, cool. So we're gonna get some Division D games, some replays in this. Comer Tripson, thank you. Love you. Alright, tomorrow is 5:30 PDT, Duraton's Couch versus gillyShark. Okay, cool. Is there anything that's like live right now that we can grab? Hold on. And then to wrap that right up at the end, Jake Farms Steak, thank you so much for the follow at the end of that. I really do appreciate it. Once again, Stark, thank you so much for the sub bomb. Thank you. I have the words, and you know the words. Stark is the best person ever. That Entomb was stupid good. Alright, today's the 16th, right? Yes. It's Tuesday. It is 7:21. We're just gonna get some Division D games. Vic Mama White Main Hots? Hold on. Where are you? Where's the... I always lose that channel. Cast my replay. Let me see if there's a Thick Mama White Main Hots game so I can mess that up for forever. Because I think that is a Division D game as well. Wholesome Halfwits, Parry Loot, Ferrets. That task though, Team Wrecked. I'm not seeing any Thick Mama White Main Hots. No, I don't think they have any replays, unfortunately. Let's see. All right, so we're gonna grab a Division D game. Oh, let's grab Boogan Squad versus Clouded Minds from yesterday. Let's do that. All right, let's. We're gonna throw a pizza on this. Let me download the replays. I need to make some tea as well, so we'll do that in a second. We'll get back in Discord. We have 3 lap to play. I love me some Thick Mama White Main Hots, although Tyrande is bae. Alright, let me also ping in the community channel. Cast. Oh, that's not. That's not how you spell that. Casting. Boogan Squad versus Clouded Minds from 15. Like 5. Because I need to make more tea and get some water because my throat was so closed up after that game. Don't need any of these anymore. Extract to here. Shout out to Jason, I think, who puts all this together and does an amazing job of like putting them in separate folders so that way you go into one and it's just like, all right, cool, like no big deal. I don't know how many games this is going to be total. About it. I'm gonna load up this replay. Oop. All right, cool. All that's gone. Looks good. I'm gonna boot up this replay, and I think it should be. Hold on. Okay, the teams are backwards. Gotta fix that. Oh. All right, cool. That's fixed. Got it. Nailed it. Alrighty. Alrighty, everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and take a short little break right now. I just gotta get some more water. Let me update the stream title. I'm doing a lot of things at the last second. Replay cast. This is gonna be versus school squad. All right. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna update that stream information. I'm gonna go ahead and take a small